So I want to tell you about a time in my life 11 years ago when I was so exhausted, I would literally cry walking up the stairs because I did not have an ounce of energy. I had the longest list that you could ever imagine of health complaints, and no matter how much money or therapy I threw at it, I could not make myself feel better. I felt like a failure, and I was working in wellness as well, so it was like I really should be working this out. I was broken, a shadow of the woman who I am today. And it's only now with the wisdom that I've gained that I can really see the truth. I was lying to myself. Every day I would put a mask on. I'd pretend to the outside world that I had it all together. But really, the truth was that beneath the surface, I was a dysregulated mess. And it scared the hell out of me because I didn't even know who I was anymore. Some days I would literally feel like I was a spectator of my life, like I was watching the movie without a remote control. I was numb. And the lies that I was telling myself, they were exhausting. The pretense of who I thought I should be was exhausting. And eventually, I couldn't take it any longer, and I physically, mentally, emotionally and spiritually burnt out from chronic fatigue. But even when my body screamed at me, slow the fuck down, I didn't listen. I couldn't, because the truth is that I was stuck in my own fear bubble of discomfort because I didn't know how I would cope. I mean, for fuck's sake, I couldn't even walk up the stairs. How could I even function anything outside of what I knew? It was uncomfortable, but it was true. But eventually, the pain of staying the same became greater than the fear of the unknown and the change itself. And I simply could not live like that any longer. I had no choice but to step into my power and start my journey of becoming the woman who I am today. And let me just be clear for a moment. I'm still on that journey. I do not have it all figured out. But I absolutely love the life I've created for myself. And I know that this is a journey that will never end because growth does not have an end date. Because we're here, we're constantly rising, evolving, learning, growing. And this is the real purpose of life. But here's what I want to tell you today. Like, after 14 years as a professional in holistic well-being and through my own personal lived experiences, and trust me, there have been a lot, I've learned some really, really powerful truths, and I really want to share them with you and give them to you in bite-sized nuggets of gold so that you can implement them into your journey. And one of the biggest lessons that I want to share with you today is that you cannot, no matter how hard you tried, trust me, I did, think your way out of pain. So you cannot think your way out of pain. Now, you've probably tried to, and it hasn't worked, and that's because it's not about willpower. It's not about just getting over it. These strategies simply do not work, and they are a waste of your time, okay? You are stuck. You're not progressing, you're not moving on because of the stories, the limiting beliefs that you believe to be true. I'm not enough. I have to be the strong one. I can't slow down. I can't say no. I can't survive on my own. How will I cope? And when you break them down, when you really look at them, what you'll realize is that most of them aren't even true, yet they're keeping you trapped. And the more that you try to fight them in your head, because you've tried. Yeah, I know, I did too. The deeper they become ingrained within us, and the more that we believe them. So that the real turning point here is that when you realize that you, yes, you have control over these stories, and whilst they are pinning you down and holding you hostage, you can take back your power and you can rewrite them. After all, the truth is that you were not born with these beliefs. Your life your circumstances, experiences, these became your beliefs. You learned them. It's all learned behavior. So like if you learn them, then you can unlearn them, and you get to take control and you get to rewrite your own story. Okay. So another huge shift that happened for me was when I discovered breathwork. Now, this is not the casual, let's just take a deep breath kind. This is like conscious connected breathwork. This is like really deep shit. And when I really allowed myself to go into it, it was the first time that I actually had the space to drop the mask. And when it fell into my hands, it crumbled before my fingers. So I had no choice. I was like, okay, here we go. And it was also through breathwork that for the first time in, I don't even know how long, that there was no noise. Okay. Like there was just like softness, stillness, just peace. And it was the first time that I actually had like the permission slip to release the stress that my body was holding on to. And the most beautiful moment of all was reconnecting back to myself and meeting myself for who I really was, and to start to love and appreciate that version of me who I'd forgotten and that I'd abandoned for so long. So here's what I've learned. Like, pain is inevitable. Okay. You cannot go through life without feeling pain. However, take this in, suffering is a choice. Okay. And the moment that you decide to stop replaying that old story and you choose to create a new one, everything shifts: your state, your confidence, your future. And it all begins with the standards that you set for yourself today. So change doesn't come from waiting for the right time, for willpower, for just getting over it. It comes from self-leadership, okay? From making the decision that now is the time, and there are no excuses, because you will make excuses for yourself and you have to call bullshit on that. So be honest with yourself right now. What one lie are you telling yourself that, and also what one limiting belief is holding you back from stepping up and starting your journey? Deep questions, I know, but lean into them, because your future self, she's already waiting. So the time is now to step up, reclaim your power, and remember who you are. And you can explore the power of your breath through my 7-day free breathwork challenge, or you can book a call with me and we can chat through where you are and where you want to be. So please do subscribe if you want to see more self-leadership and empowerment coaching from me. I'm so excited to share this all with you.